I'm back at Vintage Torque Fest at the Dubuque County Fairgrounds in Dubuque, Iowa. It's been a couple of years since I've been to this show. This is a vintage lifestyle, motorcycle, and hot rod show featuring cars, motorcycles, and clothing pre-1965. So you're not going to see any Mustangs here. It's primarily hot rods and customs. Let's check it out.
Staging is now taking place for the dirt drags. If you'd like to participate in the dirt drags, head down to 2. It's going to be Hemlock Chaser.
There is hundreds of cars and bikes here, so I can't show you them all. I'll just have to comb the aisles and see what I find. It's pretty unusual. Someone took a old Willys truck, front end sticking way out in front here. It's like they also shortened the bed, narrowed it as well, so they could fit really wide tires back here. Looks like they built their own tilt column setup. That's pretty cool. Someone did an old Chevrolet up to look like a Mayberry cop car. Look at that interior. Actually got some of the old cop equipment. It's pretty neat. Someone brought out some old Model A's that haven't been hot rodded yet. In original condition. Must have found these in a barn. They're rusty, but they're not too far gone. Found a M37 and a couple military Jeeps over here. Looks like this guy has every accessory he could find for this thing. All kitted out. Here we've got a lowrider wagon with a lowrider wagon on top of it. If you don't want to do some body work, I guess just bolt some wood onto the front. I can't even tell what this thing is. Really rusty. It's got a 55-gallon barrel as a transmission tunnel. Look at the state of those original gauges. I think that's a really cool looking Model T Roadster. He had an extra coolant radiator on the lower radiator hose. I've never seen that before. Got a few big trucks over here, including a really cool Lodestar International. This old Lodestar was an old milk truck. Got a bunch of custom cars here. Really well done. Very nice paint jobs. I don't know if it's translating on the camera, but there is a ton of metal flake in the paint on this Buick. Kind of cloudy today, the sun's not out, but I bet if the sun were out, that would really pop. Here's a Falcon done in a gasser style. This is a 2-day show, and they do allow camping here, but you need to have a vintage camper in order to camp here. This is a Jeep FC170. I used to have one of these. I never had mine running. Sold it in non-running condition. I just didn't have time to get to it at the time. This is an old Willys that someone turned into a lowrider. Not too far from it is a restored Willys. This is kind of cool. It's a big Ford F7, but it's been put on to some other dually frame. This is the first import car I've seen so far, an old Carmen Ghia. This is a cool little truck. These rusted lines here must be where they sectioned the bed and made it smaller. They put a little topper on top there. That is a cool little truck. It's a pretty cool Pontiac. Here we have a old Chevrolet lowrider with flamethrowers on the back of it. This one is really unusual. He's got Hoosier dirt racing tires on it. It's also a lowrider. It's a race car. I don't even know what this thing is. So maybe it's a Baja truck. They pretty much incorporated everything into this. It's what they call the mini bike parade. This is the Dubuque County Ballroom, and this is where they have the high-end show cars. Even have a little Cushman scooter. Look at all the metal flake. A lot of colors sitting there. Some old choppers. Got some Arden heads there on that one. This 32 Ford was built in 1956 as a school project. An old Corvette dragster. Supercharger sitting on the top there. This is what they call in America the gasser look.
The same car all day, buddy.
As you can see, there are vendors all over the place, all over the fairgrounds. Vendors outside. All the buildings are packed with vendors. If you're looking for something in the old vintage lifestyle, they've got it. It's interesting. These are 3D printed car bodies. So if you want to make a model of a vintage hot rod, this guy is selling all kinds of different cars that you can take home and paint up like your favorite hot rod. This is what they call the dirt drags, and they do drag racing here on the dirt oval at the Dubuque Fairgrounds Speedway. Looks like we've got pickup versus hot rod. That thing is awesome. That is in the style of the old Indy race cars. They probably race them on dirt too. Looks like we have a hot rod with fat tires against a tanker truck. Looks like the Model T is getting to run by himself. Pickup versus pickup. We'll see how the GMC does against the Ford hot rod pickup. Now we've got a race against two proper hot rods here. Both of these cars look great. They have 3 stages here on the property, and they have bands playing all day long. I'm gonna get a hat made for Cassie. How cool is that? She's gonna love it. As always, I had fun here at Vintage Torque Fest. The show also raises money for kids with congenital heart diseases. So if you like old cars and the vintage lifestyle, I suggest coming to Dubuque, Iowa and checking out Vintage Torque Fest. If you want to see more videos like this, comment below and click subscribe.